Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family.
Hello, good morning. How are you? It's public holiday here today. Don't know if it's a public holiday where you are, but yes, so that's good. Not that it impacts on me much, but yeah, it's all good. All right, so welcome to my Facebook Live. You're live with Libby, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and I'm so pleased you are with me. Good morning, Rails. Is it a public holiday where you are, Rails? I'm really glad that you could join me. I'm glad that you can spend some time with me and that you're taking time out to do that. So we're going, thanks for sharing, Rails. We're going to make a little treat box, but we're using the hammered metal 3D embossing folder and some copper foil today. So that's what we're going to make. Now I've got a few specials. Good morning, Joy. How are you? You can see them on my blog, and no public holiday there. Oh, okay. It's Labor Day, I think, here. I think that's what it is. So, yeah, I've got a few specials on my blog, and you can see them also on my Facebook page. So I've got a special with some adhesives. There's mini Stampin' Dimensionals, glue dots, tear and tape, and liquid glue, all for $50 including postage. So that's my special until the end of the month, because it's my Stampin' Up birthday this month, so I decided to have a few specials. So that's the main one. I'm just trying to find you here on my tablet. There we go. All right, so public holiday in South Australia. So Rails, are you in Victoria? Anyway, I thought it was public holiday all across Australia, but how wrong can you be? I'm just checking my computer here because my tablet's not playing nice with friends. But anyway, that's what happens when you do a Facebook Live. Okay, so it's not a public holiday in Victoria, but it is in South Australia, in New South Wales. And we've now got daylight savings time too, so I need to change my my banner so that it says daylight savings time. I know Queensland doesn't have daylight savings. Probably Western Australia doesn't either, but not sure where else thinks, you know, it's going to fade the curtains, or the cows are going to go crazy because it's a different time or something. I'm just having some coffee. All right, so that's all I have for announcements. I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to get stamping to make our little treat tube holder. It's really easy to make, and we make it with a punch as well. All right, won't be a minute. And let's see how we go. All right, so this is the treat tube we're going to make. And I've already stamped the sentiment that I'm going to use from Perfectly Plaid. We're not using the pine tree punch this time. I've used the layering ovals for this, and then I've got a layering oval that will go on the back, but we're going to use the hammered metal for that. So I'm going to bring in my big shot on my die cutting machine. How did my embossing plate get so dirty? All right, so I've got my big shot platform, the one that's a little bit raised in the middle, and I'm just going to pop my foil die cut inside. Now the side that says Stampin' Up, that's the right side, so if you're wondering. All right, pop it on the platform, pop the plate, the 3D embossing plate on the top, and watch this. Watch how easily it glides through without any problems at all. And I'll just get that out of the way so that we can get on with what we're doing. And I'll show you. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, always die cut first before you emboss. So I've die cut it using the layering ovals in our copper foil. And then I've embossed it with the hammered metal 3D embossing folder. And I put the sentiment somewhere safe. I've stamped that in Cherry Cobbler, and it comes from the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. I'm just going to add some liquid glue to the back of that and pop it on here. Now, a little tip, it takes a little bit of time for that to adhere, so I'm going to just pop a block on top of it. Actually, I'm going to move it out of the way first, and I'm going to pop a block on top of it and let it set. All right, now I'm going to bring in some Perfectly Plaid DSP. Now this is the Perfectly Plaid 6x6 wrapped in plaid, sorry, 6x6 DSP, and we might go for something that's sort of a bit green. I've hacked into this quite a bit. Oh dear, it's just as well I use it and don't keep it forever and a day. I'm just looking for, mightn't have any more. I thought I had some more of this ready coloured. Oh, that might be nice. How about we try this one? Now, if you comment and participate during my live, I won't send you the treat holder, sorry, because it'll just get squashed in the post. I'll show you again. It stands up quite nicely. It would if I had something in it. There we are. And it closes by itself. So we need a piece of DSP, or you can use card, which is 4 inches by 6 inches or 10 centimeters by 15 centimeters. Now, this isn't my original design. I think it could be a Poodles one. I'm not sure. I saw it on Pinterest. Thought, oh, I can do that. All right, and we're going to score it at yep, good on me. Score it at 1/2 inch. So I'm actually going to score it this way on 1/2 inch. I've ordered my new trimmer. It'll probably come while I'm down at my daughter's. All right, so score it 1/2 inch or 1.3 centimeters. And 2¼ inches or 5.7 centimeters. And then along the bottom we're going to score at, I've got this scribbled down all over the place here, we're going to score at 7/8, I think. Alright, 7/8 is there, or 2.2. There we go. Now that we've done that line, we're also going to score just up to that line at 1 3/8 and 3 1/8, or 3.5 and 7.9. All right, so there's 3/8, 2, 3 there, and I'm just scoring up to that line, and then I'm scoring again at 7.9 or 3 1/8. Done this round the wrong way. Alright, take that back. I'm still scoring at that 1 3/8, or I've got to score down here. I had the paper in the wrong way round. 3.5 and 3 1/8 or 7.9. It's almost 8. There we go, that's better. But oh no, I've done this wrong again. Okay, so then we're going to come in with our bone folder, and we're just going to, now you do know that the side you score should be on the outside, because it's getting the card or the designer series paper. You've broken the fibres there, so it'll make it nice, and those creases nice and sharp. And then I'm just going to fold up the bottom, and then we come in with our snips. Good morning, Karen, how are you? Alright, and we're going to cut off this tab here. I'm going to cut that at a little bit of an angle. Cut these at a little bit of an angle. Sorry, I'm holding this all weird. Alright, and then I'm going to come and cut along those little extra score lines that we did. This is the big score line to hold the treat tube, so that it folds in half, and then this little one again. Alright, so then we need some tear and tape, and put it close to the score line so it gives you a nice edge that's closed. So anyone else getting their creative hat on today? Alright, now when it closes, it'll just close over like that. Alright, and I want that to be the back, so I'm going to put tear and tape on that one, and all I do is come in and put it diagonally across. I find that works alright. So that one's going to go in, that one will go on top, that one will go on top again and on top again. So you just need some tear and tape on the wrong side of the other three. So put it on the right side of 1 and the wrong side of 3. That's the easy way to work it out. Alright. Hi Marilyn, how are you? Well, I hope. Okay, so that's all that we need to do. And now I'm going to come in with my handy dandy delightful tag topper punch. And what you do is you fold this over and you push it through, and just keep pushing it through till you get to the end. Now this is a self-closing treat tube, and you want to have that sort of centered so that you've got an even amount on each side and that you can see the top. Now I'm going to pull it out just a fraction so I get a bit more length in my treat tube, but so that it's cut evenly, and then punch down, and we've got our top. So that's the delightful tag topper punch. And then all we need to do is take off the backing from our tear and tape and put it together, and I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool for that. Love this tool. Alright, see how it's made the scallop? That's why I put the tear and tape on first, because then it helps keep that top bit closed. She says. Alright, try this end. If you're having trouble with it, just give it a bit of a rub with your finger. Sometimes it just needs to warm up. So we're just going to close that over like that, so you don't have to worry about, you know, juggling a seam or anything like that. I'm glad you're well, Marilyn, and I'm glad you could join me. Thank you. What time is it there in Kiwi land? All right, now I'm going to take this one off because it's going in first. I've got my Kiwi mug, Marilyn. Don't know if you can see that. I can't turn it over. But it's caffeinated kiwis. Gotta love it. Alright, so then just, you're going to put that in, and you're going to put one of these down. I should have taken all these off. Now sometimes you need to just trim these little, I should have mitered them better. Haven't mitered them very well at all. Dag on there. Alright, so I'm going to go in and miter them. And because the treat tube is flat when you put your adhesive on it, you can miter all 4 bits as you go. Alright, so that's that bit. Bob's gone out to Mrs. Bunnings and her beautiful bits to see if he can get a new clothesline kit, like just the line we need, not the whole clothesline, because it's starting to go, and I have visions of me having washing on the line one day and the clothesline itself breaking. It's got like nylon fibres in the middle of it, and it's plastic coated, and it's the plastic that's broken down in the, oh, good one, in the heat. So I stuck this one down by mistake to the treat tube. There we go. Alright, so push it out so it sort of makes a box. Put one down, put the other one down, put another one down, put another one down. And there you've got your box. Alright, Mine's a bit skewy. But see how it's self-closing? Doesn't really need anything on it, but we're going to put some cherry cobbler ribbon on it. Good morning, Leonie Newman. How are you? I've been very concerned about you and your health, so I hope you're well on the mend. Alright, so did you know there's a right and a wrong side to this? I don't know which is right and which is wrong, but just thought I'd say that. There's something to say. So what time is it there in New Zealand, Marilyn? Alright, so I'm just doing a ribbon here with the cherry cobbler striped ribbon that's in the holiday catalogue. All these things are in the holiday catalogue and you can buy them in my online store. So I'm going to go across that way. Alright, looks like I'm having that side out. So when I come round, again, when I come round I want the other side. So I want the wrong side on the out. Push it through and you get the right side on the in, if you understand my meaning. So neaten those up. You don't want the bow too big because it's only a small treat holder. It'll take a packet of those, it's $2.25, is it? Good morning, Angie. Now don't forget, if you share my video and participate today, you get one entry into the draw, and I'll show you in a minute what you're going to win because I can't post a treat tube in the mail. It'll just get squished to smithereens. So you're going to go in the draw for a Christmas card today that I made, and it's up on my blog today with vellum. So there we have our little treat tube, and of course we want it to say something, don't we? You could add a little tag, and we've got our Merry Christmas done, and we're just going to add some dimensionals using our Take Your Pick tool. Now these are going to go down roughly down the middle. So I put 3 on. Not very central, are they? Never mind. Now I saw someone do this. Look, isn't this a nifty trick? Pick them all up. It might have been Frenchy. Pick them all up with your Take Your Pick tool. How good is that? Just clear some of this stuff out of the way, and then just pop it on your bag. You can press down, but then you have your treat tube. So there's our treat tube. There's the one I made earlier, and there's today's. I could probably shorten these a little bit, but anyway. So that's our treat tube. Thanks for sharing. What? Yeah, you know those long packets of Rolo chocolates or something like that, or Lifesavers, or you know, the rolls of things that you get in the supermarket would fit easily in that, and they'd make a really nice gift if you're not wanting to spend a lot of money on somebody. Just make a few of these up and give them, put some chocolate inside and give them as a gift. So that's my suggestion anyway. All right, so these are the cards I'm giving away today. So some lucky person will get one of these in the mail. It's using vellum as an overlay, and I've used the Holly Jolly Christmas bundle and die cut this Santa and sleigh and the words out of sparkle glimmer paper, and then I've added the Toil Tidings enamel dots, and they've got a bit of gold or copper through them, and then I've added the copper ribbon. Alright, so it just tones down the DSP a bit, so some lucky person will win that today. Thanks for sharing, Angie. So I'll do the draw. I'll do the draw straight after the video because otherwise I forget. I think I forgot last time. And then I'll put it up on my page, and if you win, please PM me your address so I can send it out to you. You watched the YouTube video, did you, Rails? The one that I put the post up late for. Thanks for sharing, Karen. Alright, so that's it for today. We've used the hammered metal 3D embossing folder. Keep an eye on my blog for some techniques using this folder and foil cardstock this week. Alright, thanks so much everybody, and I'll be back again next week. Same time, same channel. Okay.
Everybody plays a part in doing what we love. You can bet it doesn't matter where you go. You find a friend who does just what they love and lets it show.